Hello everybody and welcome back to Purbeck. So it's now April. As you can see, the leaves are appearing on the trees. It's all looking very pretty. And we do have our cover crop, which is ready. These are really good, these cover crops, because they are fully grown in just 1 month. As you can see, ready to harvest. But in this crop's case, it means ready to cultivate. Yes, if you cultivate it in, we should get our finishing application. We've got the 2 applications in total. A fertiliser, so we've already got 50% from the slurry and digestate. And yeah, when we put the next crop in, when this is cultivated up, it should give us the 100%. Should finish it off nicely. So we can try that out today. We're already here with the drill. Obviously we're going to have to get the planter for the cornfields. And for number 36 is the only field which is going to have to be fertilised. Yes, we're going to have to put fertiliser, granular fertiliser in the drill. Now that pallet there is the one which went into orbit. It has returned safely, but it shouldn't be here because I actually added another one in when this one went on its adventure into space. So technically this isn't ours anymore, but we can rebuy it. So it is a full pallet, 1,000 litres. If I just go onto here, click on Big Bag Pallets, it's £900. So all we have to do is go onto the Easy Development mod and remove £900 from the bank account. And now it's ours to use again. So I think if I can just... do I have it enabled? Nope. If I can just pick that up, we can now put it into our drill. That is, of course, if I don't put it in completely the wrong place. There we go. Oh, there must be hardly anything left in that. 124 litres. Well, we'll just put it over here and we can consume it later. Now obviously this field is not going to be corn. I was hoping to do sunflowers. But of course with sunflowers we have to have a different drill. We have to have the planter again. So for this field only, I think we're going to have to put in a combinable crop. We're a bit too late for wheat, but we can still do barley and oats. So I think, well, the combine, that's a great push, should get into this field. We may have to drive on the crop a bit, but yeah, we should be able to get it into here. So let's have it set to barley. And in a second we can check that map again and we can see the fully fertilised area. It certainly should be. There we go. So despite having no fertiliser in the drill, we're still getting that full application. I love cover crops. That's the thing about them. They are really cheap. It's a fantastic source of fertiliser. But I suppose, unless you're going to get a worker going, drilling all those fields before you drill the main crop, it is quite time consuming. So really you are paying for time when it comes to the granular fertiliser. Because this is just as good, but it takes a bit longer to do. Well, arguably, it takes longer to do. It depends on the size of the drill. If you have one of these massive drills, it's potentially faster than doing all the fertilising. Yeah, we should do cover crops more. They are great. And all of my fields have had a cover crop. It was only 36 which didn't get the fertiliser, didn't get the slurry because we didn't have enough. But we will have more slurry now. Anyway, I will get this field drilled. I will stop rambling. And then we can move on to the next field. But I think the next field is going to be planted. We've got corn and we've got sunflowers to do. Well, this field will give us a source of straw later in the year, so we do need to have at least one field of a crop that produces straw. I guess I could actually enable the mod which allows you to get straw from sunflowers and corn. Well, not. It does allow you to get it from corn, but we wouldn't be getting it from corn because we'll be doing it as maize silage. But yeah, that mod, the same mod. You can also get canola straw. Right, so what we need to do ideally is get the planter. I think the planter is a direct draw. I really hope it is. It has to be, because otherwise it's going to be very slow. Yes, it is, because I used it before. That's the mega big one. That's what I use. It is a direct drill. Does it allow me to do fertilising? No. Okay. So that is problematic for field number 36, but not a problem for any of the others. So we may have to just... Well, actually, maybe we could spread slurry on top of the growing crop. It's not what you're supposed to do, but I think it does work. Well, we'll come to that later. I suppose the other thing we could do is we could actually put a combinable crop in there with this drill. Yeah, we'll leave that for now. I will also buy more seed for it. Let's just go over to the store, we'll pick it up, and then we can get at least 2 fields done, I think. Yeah, 44, 35. I wonder if it's too late to put slurry on there. It shouldn't be. No, it shouldn't be. So yeah, we'll plant field number 44 to begin with. We'll get that out of the way, and then hopefully we'll have enough slurry by then to be able to finish the other one. Well, I say slurry, I really mean digestate, because we're selling the slurry now to the BGA. Then we get paid for it, and we still get the byproduct, which is digestate. So instead of just spreading slurry straight on the fields, we can spread digestate and get money. Anything that we don't use in this planter can just be emptied afterwards and put into the main drill. Because we own the drill, we just don't own the planter. And this is huge. This is tough to get into some of those fields, like the one we just did. That's why I'm not planting it. Okay, right, so seeds. I think 2 bags will be plenty. As I said, no fertiliser. Oh, we're already next to them, how nice. But we're not in range. There we go. Yeah, I actually don't know how much. Maybe, oh, looks like it takes 4. Well, we can afford 4. That's not a problem. Yeah, it's not like it's super expensive. Not like fertiliser, that is so expensive. We can put 4 in. Then we'll have enough for next year. I keep meaning to put that mod on. There's a mod which tells you what year you're in. Like how many years of gameplay you've done. I downloaded it and then forgot to enable it. It puts it like where you can see the weather forecast, where there's the sunshine, it puts it somewhere around there, and it will say year 2 or year 3 or whatever. I think we're in year 2, are we? Maybe year 3. Probably year 2. Okay, so we can't quite get that last one. Not a problem. Let's get over to field 44 and let's put in corn. Yeah, that's going to be the cornfield, because we're going to be putting sunflowers into one of them, I think. Most likely. Good grief, what's going on here? Have I taken the gate with me? As I was saying, I think most likely field number 36 is going to be the sunflower field. I'm hitting everything. Better let this car go. Or you could just, yep, create an accident for everybody. Except this was no accident. You got in my way. Having to take it really slow and steady. Because this is big, but it's so nice that it is big, because it means we can get these fields done so quickly. It also does hop. Like, you hit nothing, just the edge of the road, and it hops into the air. It's an excitable planter. Well, here it is. I'm sure it can hop into the field as well. Nope. Obviously it knows it's going to have to do some work. And the beauty of this is we don't ever have to disconnect it and then reattach to another side. It just does it all for us. It's on like a turntable. Absolutely brilliant. So, again, this is a field which is going to be 100% fertilised in a second. Because this is a direct planter, it will actually be able to rip up the grass just behind us there. I am trying to keep that, well, most of it, as an area to turn around on and put headers on and stuff. But yeah, if it goes into it a bit, it doesn't matter at all. So let's just double check the map. Make sure we're getting fertiliser. We are. Yeah, look at that, so good. And then we'll have to try and get some more digestate onto for number 35. Try and finish this. We should have some by now, it's been a while. We can afford to elapse a bit more time, I suppose. If we put the time to ×6, that will get things going, even if it's just slurry production. Right, let's get the corn in. Let's finish this field. Splendid. And we are back to 2 episodes of Purbeck this week. Last week I was a bit busy with the first look videos. The problem is I've got to fit them in somewhere, because I only just have enough time to do a video a day, and that's pushing it. I couldn't do like Purbeck and a first look video. Right, so I think we'll leave this here for now. Keep the engine off, so we're not clocking up the hours on the planter. And now we need to get into, yes, the 399. We can actually see the production on here. It is still processing slurry. Still 9,500 litres there. And we only have 2,600 litres of digestate, so it's barely even worth going over there. So depending on how much slurry we have here, we may actually have to just spread slurry, which I don't want to do because we can make more money, but we've only got 7,600 here. Okay. Well, they are producing it all the time, providing I keep up with their food and water, which they do have. They've got both of them, but really we are just relying on the cows. I don't want to use artificial fertiliser, mostly because of the price. It's just the cost of it. We're trying to do this with the cows. The cows funding, well, the cows fertilising our fields. They are funding our fertiliser. So yeah, over the summertime they're going to probably produce, well, we're going to use less of it, because we're doing all the drilling now, obviously. But then the grass fields will probably take it. So I suppose the solution is more cows. More cows equals more poo. Okay, here we are. So because this cover crop has grown, makes it very, very difficult to see the area. If we had precision farming installed, it'd be much easier. I'm wondering if we should just get a spreader at some point and spread it. It's going to be pretty difficult to see this. No, I don't know, let's just see. We're not going to cover it all anyway, so it doesn't really matter if I do miss a few bits. Yeah, if we just put this whole tanker load on, that's probably going to cover most of it. Not bad. Staying mostly within the line. Oh yeah, because it's fully grown, it's giving it double application there, but we don't want to do that, because that's the job of the cover crop. It's all better than nothing. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Okay, the width is probably about there, so we'll turn it off. And we'll go back up here. See how I do. Probably terribly. yet too far in. And once this is done, we can bring the class tractor into here and we can plant our sunflowers. Yeah, we're going to put sunflowers in here. Mainly because I never do sunflowers, and it's a bit of a shame. And if you can get straw out of them, if sunflowers is one of the crops that you can get straw from with that mod, then we will do. You definitely can get canola, I'm pretty sure you can get corn, and I can't see any reason why you wouldn't be able to get sunflowers. Sunflower straw, I should say. Well, it has been a busy couple of months, and we do still have 36 left to do. I think I'm just going to have to spread it with fertiliser. I don't really want to put like wheat or barley or oats or anything like that in there. I think really it wants to be something like sunflowers, and that'll make it more worthwhile as well. And this is much bigger than our drill, so it'll be super fast to do. So we can either spread slurry or digestate as it's growing, which isn't typical, but I think it does allow you to do it. Or we could rent a sprayer or a spreader, or we could leave it at 50%. Because it's not zero, it's had the cover crop. And if I could, I would actually sell that field. But it is part of the cow field, so we can't. Yeah, it's looking alright. Yeah, it's part of 61 and 60 and 62, as you can see there. It's actually one plot. These fields, I've never actually touched. 60 is the cow's field, so I'm not ever going to touch that, but 61, 62, they must be grass fields, and I have done nothing with them. Yes, they're grass fields. So really, we should be doing something with them later on this year. What we could do is get a forager and cut the grass, pick it up, put it into the pit, clamp it, because we're not going to have that much corn this year anyway. We don't need it because we've got so many grass fields. And really, looking at the amount of grass fields that we have, we should be turning more of them into these arable. How have I missed that piece over there? Directly in front of us. That's weird. Just change it back to corn. I don't want to accidentally put sunflowers in the middle of this field. That would be embarrassing. It looks worse from further away. Close up it's not too bad. Right. Okay, let's get that done. Just tidy it up. There we go. It was worth the time waiting for it to unfold. So now that is our progress update. As you can see, we've got sunflowers. Very rare for me to have a yellow field, because I very rarely do sunflowers. Sunflowers, corn. We've got nothing over here currently, just the cover crop, so that is going to be yellow as well. Oh yeah, 56. I keep forgetting about 56. We've got a canola field over here. But then this feels like 45 that I do nothing with. 43 we've cut. 42 we've done nothing with. And we've got 61, 62. We've got loads of fields. It's just, yeah, finding the time. We've got to get more grass fields dug up and drilled. So what should we put in that field over there? Sugar beet? Actually, we could do sugar beet. We could do. It would be quite different. Can't do cotton because it's the wrong crop type for the area. Corn, sunflowers, soybeans. Soybeans I do all the time, so yeah, it's just going to be boring if I do that. Sugar beet though? Oh, I fell out my tractor. Yeah, maybe we should do sugar beet. Would be different. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's do sugar beet. And I won't fertilise it anymore, I don't think. Because it's already going to involve quite a lot of carting. So if we can just fly over this field, get the beet put in, we'll get the beet going, and then we can harvest this later in the year. It's probably going to be October time, October, November. And that would actually work out better. That would prevent having a mad rush later on in the summer, because we'll have all the other fields to do at roughly the same time. We don't want to just have a hectic couple of months, we want to spread it out. So we've got barley, which will be early on, canola, and then further on we've got the corn, sunflowers, and then we'll have the sugar beet. So that'll work out really nicely. It's a big field. And yes, we will be renting a beet harvester, but I'll probably get a modded one. If there are some. There's not that many, but I think there are a few. So I'll look into it. Anyway, yeah, this should only take 10 minutes with this. It's a really big working with. It's fantastic. Sure, these poles have got magnets in them. Every time I get close to them I get attracted to them. I think we can also tidy up the area around the base of each of them. I think if we put a circle of grass in, that would look much neater than some withered crop from a previous year. And a bit of oilseed radish that hasn't been drilled over. So there we go, that is it done. But it can look neater if it will let me put it over the poles, because obviously they're map objects and it might not allow me to do that, but we'll see. If I just set a circle, make this a bit larger, there we go. Okay, I had it set to circle, but that looks like a square to me. We'll actually put some long grass in there, but we'll just put the texture down first. I can't put it dead on it, but I can put it close by. Right, so working from down here up, we can have different flowers actually. Would that be nice? Probably just have grass. Yeah, that'll do. because it's going to be super difficult to get close to these anyway with the with the sugar beet harvester. Yeah, we don't want to be harvesting sugar beet with a potato harvester. There we go. What do you think? I think that looks pretty good. A vast improvement. Because you'd never drill right up to them like that. So all that's left to do now is just to fold this up. I need to empty it, and then we can return it. But it's good to see a good field there of sugar beet. Nice big field. And as I said, this seed will be consumed later in the year when we drill more fields and when we re-drill these fields with our seed drill. So that should be sufficient. Yep, lovely. And then just return it. It's been great. We'll be using it again at some point in the future. But that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. And until next time, see you again soon. Bye for now.